Welcome back to another episode of Crit Hit Coffee Break. I'm Arlyeon.
I'm Lovi.
And I'm Shrimp.
Our sweet, sweet cinnamon roll.
Who was maybe asleep until we were like, dramatic pause, stare.
Can feel you staring at me in my sleep.
Gee.
I mean, nothing new.
Anyway, so today we'll be talking about our logo, which doesn't exist.
But isn't about to exist.
So we were throwing around a couple of ideas, and Arlie and I didn't really like most of the ones that Shrimp had sketched up, except for one.
I disliked 3 out of 4 of them, basically.
It was so cute. It had a little bun holding a 4-leaf clover. Such sweet.
Basically, I threw together a few concept ideas for a logo, made a few vector images based on the ARM model of logo design. By the way, I should throw this out there before we get too deep into this. At the end, we're going to have you guys pick our logo out of the 2 we had drawn by artists, so stay tuned for that. But first, we want to bore you with our old designs.
So I took Shrimp's little drawing of the bunny, and I was like, no. There are things that it needs. It needs a cute little butt. And
No, not a cute little butt. A cute little butthole.
Yes, and a fluffy tail.
Mm-hmm.
I basically did it while trying to figure out colors mainly, and because of that, we had the colors, but when the other artists made the thing, sadly, there are no cute buttholes. Cry.
I mean, I guess you could always put some effort to just carefully sketch one in somehow. Like, clearly you need your rabbit butthole.
But yeah, so before we got those, we had, I think it was 4 concept ideas, and I went with the ARM model of logo design, which is attention, response, meaning, and memorable. And they didn't all have all those things, but they all had some of them.
What a nerd!
Yeah, this is gonna get really nerdy, guys. So well, I guess that's already hit. So if you're sensitive to that, you're dead by now.
Yeah, I love how like you were thinking of all these things, and me, I was like, man, it's a bunny. That's great. Everyone loves bunnies.
Yeah, everyone loves bunnies. So we'll start with the one we actually picked, since it's the first one up here, and it's a bunny kicking, and it says crit hit, and like a little splash damage marking thing.
That's what that was supposed to be?
Yes.
Oh.
I even noticed that.
Oh, I just thought it was to make it look fancy.
Wow. You need to play more RPGs.
And of
I
course,
do, I just don't play.
Varied RPGs. You play one. You play
No.
Skyrim.
No, I play other things too, okay?
Are they RPGs? I'm not
Yes.
counting your porn games.
Wow. I play Vampire the Masquerade.
Okay.
I play The Witcher.
The Witcher actually can get damage numbers up and it'll have splashes for crits.
I don't notice these things. I just
I mean,
kill.
you have to turn on damage values and stuff, but
I
most
also
crits
play
have...
Dragon Age and Mass Effect and
Most crits have something special that happens when you crit. I mean, Vats had, like,
And the
executes and shit.
Gothic series.
Okay, I haven't done that, but I heard it's good.
It's good. It's good.
come on, if you've read like a manga at some point, and it had to have like a little splash damage mark.
Okay, so other reasons as to the design of that one?
Yeah, so the idea behind this design is Lucky Rabbit's foot, and he has the 4-leaf clover, so he's got luck, and that's his crit build, I guess. So he's doing a critical hit. Also, the spikiness of it is like dangerous and promotes like thinking of authority and all that. Anyway,
I didn't think of the rabbit's foot thing either. I was just like cute bun.
Nah, I mean, rabbits are lucky. They're more lucky when they're intact, though.
I actually have a friend who carries a taxidermied rabbit's foot around with her.
I don't see how it's a sign of good luck. I mean, the rabbit clearly lost it.
It's true. My first idea was to like have him be a one-legged rabbit, and he's like holding a keychain of his other foot.
Jesus Christ.
That would have been a bit messed up. I mean, it would have been like sort of metal if he had like a peg leg and a keychain of like
Yeah.
multiple rabbit foots. So it'd be like wandering
No,
Ronin.
but then he'd have to be
rabbit.
like kind of a pirate though. He'd need a little eye patch.
Or he could be like a
Peg
samurai.
leg.
He could be like the Junin Tensen of like rabbit in that fucking anime is awful.
Oh yeah, that anime. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Such
yeah.
nerds.
The
Just
song,
give
rabbit.
me your foot.
But yeah, so the next one was by the way, the code name for that one was Lucky Leap.
Wow. You nerd. You gave them code names.
Yeah, and the next one, you're gonna like this one if you well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but the next one was Portuga's D20.
This one,
You
I thought-
fucking One Piece nerd.
And so
Guys.
This one I thought was kind of weird though, because of the way that the letters were placed. It was a bit awkward.
If I take a look at it, I was like, I get like this misaligned, almost like, I guess, CD strip bar, like neon glowing sign look when I stare at it for too long.
Jesus.
Like, you'd sort of see that in like a CD bar where it's like, girls inside, no shirts, and it's just like a really shitty like crit flashing off sequence. I'm like, this looks sort of. Also, for the fact of the D20, the 20 is normally the most important part of the crit thing, and it's totally not there.
Yeah.
Also, we don't tabletop as much. We're intending
We-
on getting into it, but until we do,
We
it's
still have our once weekly on twitch.tv/Arlyeon if you want to see that.
for us streaming Curse of Strahd. Thank you for the plug. I wasn't even aiming for that. God, I actually feel dirty right now because you're just like, bam, you gotta plug it. Oh.
So my problem with this one was that if you Google crit hit or anything, everyone's logo is a red D20. Like there's literally over 20 of different companies that are like crit related that have a red D20 as their logo anyway. So that one wasn't good, but it was there since, yeah. The next one was ranged crit, which is half a controller, and it has crit hit.
I
in,
didn't
like,
get
the
this one.
D-pad.
The ranged one I didn't but I mean, it gave like a retro feel because I looked at it and was like SNES. Like,
Yeah,
it's
but we
like
don't
half
really
a SNES
do
controller.
retro. We
I mean, some of the games we actually do a retro. There's a few games coming out now in indie that are complete like redos of
also,
old.
is that a SNES controller?
That is a SNES controller,
Okay, now I know
probably,
what it's called.
because like has the shoulder things and
Not
it
that
just
I've
has.
seen one in real life.
It doesn't have any analog sticks or anything, but it has the shoulder buttons. Also has like the select button there, dear.
Bro, I haven't seen like
Wow.
a SNES in real life.
I
grew up with a
can't- no,
PlayStation
stop,
2
Stop.
and a
You're losing your cred here.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to future shrimp cut that part out.
There's just gonna be like, you're gonna bleep it out like she's saying something like tremendously foul. And then like
I've never seen a pee.
I just like edit in like some other part of her saying like butthole.
Wow.
I've never seen a butthole.
But anyway, yeah, that one was just a game related, I guess. And
It was
the next
okay.
one-
I would have thought it would be better if we actually handled more with software or hardware, but our focus is more on the games themselves. That one was a bit serious, really. I also just didn't find it as appealing.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, yeah, you're really right. Like, we don't really focus on hardware and stuff like that. So anyway, the next one was the Kapowie.
Wow.
Pretty meh.
Fucking,
Which-
I can't. It basically it is the hit box from like the first logo, but without a cute rabbit fucking dealing it out, and it's just there. And it looks
Yeah.
sort of like something that you take like a cheap cookie cutter and like pressed into dough. That's the kapow shape. I'm sorry, Shrimp. You're getting
Well-
it raw for the first time here on the episode of what I thought
Wow.
about that.
Well, for me, this was actually my favorite one.
Raw with
because-
some really deep insight.
No, not
Just
deep
giving
insight,
it
but
to
just
you
like
straight.
if you look at these logos, it's pretty much the only one that looks like a professional logo that you see like a company would use. Like the rest of these
Yeah.
are like a little too much going on. So most companies go with like the simplistic thing. So if you notice, that's the only one that really looks like a logo that you might actually see on something.
Yeah. I don't care for it.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
care
and that's
for
why-
it either.
That's why I went with the ARM model of logo design, which doesn't include simplicity. Anyway, that's all of the old logos out of the way. I also had an idea for one with a fist punching through a wall, and it would have like crit hit tattooed on the fingers.
What?
I think the worst part would be though if someone like had it punching through the wall and then they just edited the crit hit on the fingers to instead.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm a bad person.
I'm just gonna have to censor that. Let me.
Just like it has a beep on the hands, and people are gonna be like, "What the hell did he say?" I mean, it was technically not politically incorrect or anything. It's foul
It was
language.
just really disgusting, and our viewers don't need to hear something like that.
The only thing that's censored out is what I said. That's what the end of this is gonna be.
But anyway, the ones we did get done.
Yeah, our community decided to sort of chime in with some of their own spins on the design we thought was the most appealing out of the original four. So we got their separate takes on the rabbits, which what was what Lovi was talking about, her own little rabbit with a butthole.
Yeah. And that's where we got the color ideas from, where we were like, hey, make sure you use these colors.
But the only thing that
no
Lovi's had
butthole.
But the only thing Lovi's had going for it was a butthole, and she couldn't even finish it. She just doodled the butt.
I just doodled it. That was it. I was like, yeah, this good.
Just good. Butthole. Just so good. Like, that's all I heard from her for a little while she's, like, coloring. I was just like, you little deviant.
I mean, they're so cute when they're drawn like that because it's just a little X. It's so I don't know what's so cute about.
And you're
X
just like, I
buttholes,
gotta
but they're
focus
so
on
cute.
it and make it pop. I gotta make that butthole pop.
Was 2 lines.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so
Despite that, you talked about it so much.
It's cute.
besides rabbit butts, so this first one was drawn by CJ Ninja, and the one she made was kind of like, I like it because
Fluffy.
it's like a video game crit hit, like not like a realistic crit hit that you would think of where, oh, if the rabbit actually did a critical hit, he must have like really did something amazing.
It looks like a plushie.
It looks. Yeah, that's what we
That
were
was the
thinking
thing
at
that
the
we
start.
actually really liked
Yeah.
about that one, is
We
it
were
had
like,
this
we wanted a little
plushie-esque thing.
plushie.
And then we
Mhm.
were like, I think we both were like, man, sort of want to see the like ears flopped back and with a bit more on the expression. But overall, like the fact that it had this like hilarious plushie-esque ragdoll look, and then like had its leg flopped out to crit hit it was very hilarious. Cause we're like, so
yeah,
good.
because he's just like doing a really lazy kick, so it's like he just
The video game thing where it's like you can just like softly touch someone.
he just like barely touches him and a limb flies off.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally, we'd get something anime where it would just be throw the plushie at someone and, like, the words crit hit would just explode out.
I have tons of rabbit plushies.
Yeah, I know you do.
By the way, when this is like first mentioned, I was like, oh man, I can totally sketch up a little design because I have lots of models.
Did you even actually use one of them as a model?
No.
Yeah, thought as
I
much.
was just making a joke.
And then the next one.
This one was done by Christine Greer. When she heard about what we were doing with the logos, she was working on a project where she needed to sort of work on some stuff for her portfolio and sort of took this up as something to do, which is where we got the more action-y packed bunny. Like, this rabbit looks like it can actually solidly kick someone's ass.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking.
It's
Yeah,
got
it's pretty
thighs.
evil.
It's got some serious thighs going on there.
It's like one of the rabbits from that one game, which I have never known the name of, but I've watched so many gameplay videos for.
That doesn't help at all.
Vagueness.
I mean, is there
Was
murder
it
in
Alice?
No, I have no clue what it's called. I literally
it? Is there
don't know
serial
the name.
murder in it? If there's not a lot of horrible murder, it's not Alice.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't care. Why did you even bring that up then? Man, about the thing in the place with the people? Yeah. Yeah.
So you can see these two logos here. What do you think about them? Which one do you like more? If you'd say, put in the comments which one you like, we'll count that as your vote, and whichever one you guys like, we'll use as our logo.
Do we get votes? Do we
I
get votes?
guess. Nah, let's
Cries.
We need those votes, so get those in, and then by like the next week, we'll probably be considering using this, or we'll have decided by
One
then,
of
so-
these two. Unless everyone's like, I can do better, and then floods us with submissions. In which case, we'll be like, cries. To keep it simple, you could totally just vote for the two that are there.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Although, we would totally love to see it still.
Oh yeah, we'll make an episode of it. Praise Joshin.
What?
Anyways, that is this episode of Crit Hit Coffee Break. For those who've tuned in, thanks kindly. And again, feel free to make a mention of what was your preference for a logo in the comments. Also, like, comment, and subscribe in general. And if you have a friend you think might like our work, share. Sharing is caring, in fact.
Also, if you are a very nerdy person or are an indie developer, make sure to click the link in the description to join our Discord server. We welcome all.
Welcome back to another episode of Fuck. Ahem.